Generation Next. Today, the guest on our platform is Badou Sanneh. Badou Sanneh is a third year and a second semester University of the Gambia student. He's the PRO of the UDP Students Wing. Just days after the UDP Students Wing executive was taken into oath to office. They were elected to secure these positions, and today we have the PRO in our studio, who is no other than Badou Sanneh. Coming back in Walalaje Nyami, being Felalejang on Kasa TV with your host Abdallah Jallow. Being a Minnesota in our studio is Badou Sanneh. Badou Sanneh Ketamoti Miyalong is a third year university student, member UTG, about political science let's study kang. Just UDP learning past Congress minkeda some days ago. Yatele tombon kake ila PROT, students wing la PROT. Janimba programme fond dati kula nse Badou soro ay nam jama moli nyo konto miniba mol jibe kan right now on Kasa TV. Al nimbara mba fulale ala baraka ka mol join jambi on a subsequent Friday.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abdallah. It's a pleasure to be here. And as you rightly said, I am Badou Sanneh, the newly elected PRO of the UDP Students Wing. It's a pleasure to be here, and welcome to everybody that is watching out there.
Yeah, mbali coming ali alon nyaming UDP Students Wing keta kafuleti kafomi alon ko aba under UDP youth wing le. UDP youth wing keta recognize Kafol team along our UDP party ekoto. So another affiliated youth fenko soto wing soto because for me UDP students wing me along ko it combines of students from various institutions. So new student ole nara nyokang ye nyo tombong ya ke ye UDP student wing sambana ye kafo nyaton kol tombong. So kafo nyaton kol just some days ago wol miniba nunje wol la tambanta so imurta back ye congress ke. So during that congress Badou Sanneh nala mol keta molti mi alon ko mol ye tolle tombong sa fo UDP student wing kafo mol ye tolle tombong ke tambindi nyato. So inada Badou Sanneh ke ila PROT. So just to start the program coming nga fala nyaming, this is another episode of Generation Next here on Kasa TV. So I am your host Abdallah Jallow. Badou Sanneh Lesotho on our platform today. Minketa UDP Students Wing la PROT. To get started with our question here, a question sabale soto lulu Lesotho Badou yeja. Badou question follow keta minti woleng bayring election o ketale yetele tombon kete ke PROT. Bayri tombondiro ka Kenya mi wolen ko ikela la fole follow tandi ka fuko isulata position o nyinale. So biri la fotandi ala nata ke moli tele tombon ke PROT. So we want to know, Badou, how do you feel about being elected as an executive member of the UDP Students Wing? Coming biri tombon ako kete nyaadi le bayri inin jikole tata ko iba sularim place lale andu iba place o nyi soto lale. So ala nata ke ya soto ako kete nyaadi le.
Thank you very much, Abdullah. I felt very satisfied because UDP has always been a home for me. I have all my life been a supporter of the UDP since I was very young. So though I have been serving behind the scenes, so when this opportunity arises and then I see it, I deem it necessary to try and at least apply for it and then try and contribute my quota to the policy making. So as you said, I went there. I first intended, and then I wrote to the then Secretary General to at least show my interest that I want to be the next PRO of the UDP, UDP Students Wing, which he had accepted, and then we went there. It was as normal elections, everybody. We were 3 in numbers, right? 3 in numbers who applied for that position. But unfortunately, 2 of them were absent, and unfortunately for me, I was there, and then I was duly elected as the new PRO of the UDP Students Wing. So it is a pleasure. I feel very, very honored to serve this party, even though then I was there, but not at this level. Being behind the scene and then being behind the scene and then following the party without being part of the policy makers is different from when you are in and now you are part of the executive. Now it is our duty to at least try and sell the agenda of the UDP to everybody, so that we can at least get what we want, which is to have a government in 2026, inshallah.
When does it start to linger in your mind that it would be, I mean, more of a, I mean, formality to hold a position within the UDP or any of its affiliated wings, like the UDP Students Wing? Muntumaleng is that feeling so you have to hold a formal position.
No, that is natural. It has always been there. You know, I served UDP. We were there at the liberal youth, liberal youths.
Yeah.
You know, you remember. You know, so this is not the first time. Even though I told you earlier on, that one was at the lower level. You know, it was a
grassroots.
Grassroots level, at least to complement the effort of the students. We were there since 20. I don't know. It was 2020 or 2020, something like that.
Yeah.
There about here. So I felt since then people were trying to encourage me to at least go for the position of the PRO when the time comes for the Students Wing. So since then I have been thinking about it, and then eventually I tried and then go for it, and then subsequently and I was elected.
Yeah, as one of the executive members of those few positions that were up for grabs, Alanata Kebi, you were able to win as the new PRO of the UDP Students Wing. So, most of the niye ke palaso to imeki je communique for nyarandi. There is a, I mean, responsibility being invested on your shoulders. So, be alanada ke you've been vested with this responsibility of a PRO. In your role as the new PRO, we want to know what are your goals and development plans as an executive, because italing executive would mean tombon not long ago. As an executive, what are your goals and your development plans?
Thank you. Our goal is to first try and at least link UDP to other institutions, to at least try and build collaboration with them in order to try and advance the agenda of the party. Yeah, so we will collaborate with various schools to try and see how best we can link with them, and then try and motivate them to join UDP. You know, it has been said that there are many bad perceptions about the UDP. So it is our duty to change that. To try and go there and try and persuade them to join UDP. To try and change their perception towards the UDP. To tell them that it's not what they think. So yeah, that is our duty first. But then from there on, you try and link with the media. You know, we all know UDP and the media. Media has always been the friends of the UDP because we are democratic, and then we want anything we are doing. We want the media to be involved, so that it can be transparent and then for the public to benefit from it. So we try and bring that cooperation with the media to at least sell our activities to the public.
Talking about nurturing and changing the narrative, coming, I mean, ka more recruit me along ko wolen dingol te biti lola bita kan karamungo to aseke emansi carte fayola. I mean, because UDP party me along ko it's over 25 years old. So meaning ko time mo mina UDP party kalo, some of us and you were not born. So be na tarako ite you were being recruited for be in a party kono. You still have that, I mean, perspective in you. You still have that feeling in you ko. You have to do something. Mimba tinna la iba jela sama koteke. Ite fanan dingol be terla UDP party kono. Dingol mini alon ko bi iba doyaring. Wal fanan bina iba party take over la. So nurturing and changing the narrative. Wale mimba mutarim mol bulu ka bondi bulu. Bayri amanke kuti mi alon ko. Amanke kusotorenti itala jiru amanke kusotorenti bari wala ba mutari molbul. So that nurturing and changing the narrative, is that one of the priorities on your agenda as the UDP Students Wing?
So we want to change that. We want to change the narrative. We want to try and advance the policies and the agenda of the party to try and at least change the narrative. You know, it has been the perception of many young Gambians that see politics with tribes and try to link UDP to that end. And that is very unfortunate for young people to at least try and link a particular party to certain tribe. You know, that is very unfortunate. So that is our agenda. If you look at the composition of the
so that is something you want to do big to change.
If you look at the composition of the students' wing, it's comprised of many people from different tribes. So it shows that UDP is not just about one particular party, tribe. It involves every tribe and every gender. If you once you subscribe to the policies and ideas of the UDP and you come forward and then the people we vet you and see that you are good to go, then you can be part of the executive. In fact, last year I was in there. I was behind the scene and then doing 1 or 2 stops. But today I'm here. So it's likewise any other person. So you can just try and at least listen to what the party has to offer and then. In order to save your mind.
So, unpopular opinion says UDP Students Wing ala proactivity nying a femba be ba combo banko lekang. Tok aba combo tuba banko lekang. So that shows that ko UDP Students Wing la ila makang sembo ma wara santulto a sembo tata nata be mu nying combo tuba banko lekang. What do you say to that suggestion?
Yeah, that is very.
That was during the past. I mean executives and so. So altola, you know, executive kuto min naradang. Are you aware of this?
Yeah, very true, very true. Yeah, but as you can see, this composition. I'm not from Combo. I'm from Kir. So it shows that it's not just about Combo. Though you might be residing in Combo, but your influence doesn't only limit here. It goes up to Kir, like myself. So
it's not about where you hail from. It's about the proactivity of your
offer. Yeah. UDP is about that. About the capacity. If they see that you can offer something to the party, then why not? You can come forward and then you be given the position. That is what this party survives on. So it's not that might be there the last executives, but for us it is a combination of different regions and cities and towns.
Are you going to do something about it to go down to the hinterland? Purka mol meet many alonko they are interested in joining this.
That is part of the plan. Because the Secretary General in fact told me about this. It's not only limited to the university education. Even high school students are part of this. It is a struggle that everybody encounters, be it university, be it high school. Problem is a problem when it comes to education. So it is our problem. So we will not only limit it here, we will try and advance it to the hinterlands where the high school students can also benefit and try and understand the struggle and then the happenings that are taking place within the UDP Students Wing.
Youths and politics.
Sure.
Moli Jallow, like funding kill buka active in politics a lot. The only time funding kill active politics damin to walling ni election or sita because they know they have every right to vote. So they vote and after elections they become inactive. Komika Jallow, politics is not for them. They are too young for politics. What do you see? What do you say to that suggestion? Comme wo mirror wo perspective mi alon ko molia soto ko funding kill dinding wotantem politikoti. Ite se mune fono wo.
That is a very bad perception. In fact, politics is about youths. Youths are the backbone of any progressive society. If any society is to develop, it's the youth that is going to take the mantle of leadership. So for any youth to think that politics is not for them, your life is being saved by political decisions. So how is that not your business? You go to school, policies are made by these politicians. You go to a shop, the prices are being saved by politicians.
Politicians, yeah.
So how is that not your business? It's your business whether you know it or not, or you accept it or not.
Okay.
It's your business. So many a times you see government, they will say, yeah, me, I don't want to participate, and they say this proudly. I don't want to engage in politics. It's too hostile. You know, that's true. Sometimes you you have some characters in our midst in politics that do not subscribe to anything. They go by whatever is available.
Your SG Lamin Mane, I mean, forwarded a eulogy of Bertolt Brecht. Bertolt Brecht said the worst illiterate is the political illiterate.
Sure.
He hears nothing, sees nothing, takes no part in political life. He doesn't seem to know that the cost of living, the price of beans, of flour, rent, of medicines, all depend on political decisions. He even prides himself on his political ignorance, sticks out his chest, and says he hates politics.
That is the tragedy.
This is the normalcy in this country.
It's the tragedy.
That youth feel so comfortable to beat on their chest and say, I hate politics. And he went on to say he doesn't know the imbecile that from his political non-participation comes the prostitute, the abandoned child, the robber, and the worst of all, corrupt officials, the lackeys of exploitative multinational corporations.
That is the truth. It's the tragedy. It's the tragedy of our situation. You go to the hospital, there's no medicine. It's because of politicians. So how do you in fact?
So all these decisions
have been saved by politics and politicians, whether you accept it or not. That is the reality. So it is not even sensible for anybody to say.
So it doesn't make any sense.
No. Take example from the Corona time. Even our mosques, we were stopped.
They were influenced by politics.
Yes, we were stopped. We were ordered by politicians not to pray there. So how do you pride yourself by saying it's for worship? But there was something was there, and then the decision came from the political leadership. They said we should not pray there, and who dare to pray? If you pray, there is consequences. So you don't do that. So it is a very bad perception for any youth to at least to think about that. That is not good.
Are you planning to make a change in that?
Sure.
If an interest in politics, they should vie for positions. They should make their voices to be heard outside there.
Yeah, that is, in fact, you can see the trend is changing. Many youths are participating in politics right now, because you can judge from us. Our executive is full of youth, young people, Yeah. So it's so sign that their youths are
even in our public offices.
Yes.
Not like before.
Yeah.
So like a mole Jeremy Alonco, less than 30 years or just above 30, above vacant for positions, and people entrust them with the offices.
So UDP students will go around the various schools to try and at least change this narrative, to at least talk to these individuals that have this bad perception towards politics, that their lives depends on politics. Whether they know it or not is their business. They have to take part in politics, at least change one or two things if they want to live a decent life.
If the narrative changes, why do you think young people in the country should consider supporting UDP instead of other political parties?
That is very obvious. Which party is showing interest of the public more than UDP right now? There's no party showing interest.
Is that an opinion? Is that an opinion?
Well, you can consider it an opinion, but that's the reality. In fact, you can see UDP is the only party constantly reminding the president of his duty. Tell him, the president, this is your duty. Not just because you have to do it for UDP, for every Gambian.
That's a funny factoid, yeah.
It's very crazy if you want, because all the other political parties become active when there is election.
So you think UDP is the all-rounder of a active political party?
Very well.
So you advise youth to
at least join the UDP and try and change the situation. As you can see, it's a very worse situation for us. All our youths are embarking on this perilous journey to backway because they feel there is no hope. So there's one scholar who said, if all the youths if all the future prospect of any nation depend on it, the prospect of the future the future prospect of any nation depend on the presence of its youth. When all the youths are gone, where is the future? There's no prospect in that nation.
So you mean like
that is the trend that is emerging in this country.
It is a trend, and it is turning to be a new normal. So, if all these youths are embarking on these desperate journeys, what can that bring to our future?
Very dangerous situation, because it shows that there's no future for us. Our lives will be decided by people who don't care. It goes by politics of anything. If you give them food, if you give them $10, they vote for you. If you they don't have consent with them. Their consent is gone. So youths are the hope for this country. So any political party that wants to change, that wants to become the president in this country, has to have that connection with the youths. Is it out of desperation the reason why they are embarking on such, journeys, desperate journeys? Very definitely. There's no hope. There's no youth. There's no employment for youth in this country, even if there is, but it's a very limited thing. So, if there is no hope, you at least look for somewhere else where you can at least have.
Popular opinion suggests, as we sit right now, ko mansakunda mantara simfadal takang kaje ko for ninkela that no son nyinko we can't make it out here. We just have to go to Europe. Kajariye ka nin desperate joni sol ta dolba kulungol ta la kata Spain dolbita ning duma silo la kata Tunisia la kafindi kana Algeria la kafindi nin Tunisia la just for Europe. Jamaa tandiko mansakunda mantara simfada takang, and then they are not even talking about this. Are you disappointed about it?
Very disappointed. And
is that what you expected from the government?
From the government, no. This is the government, even though I did not vote for them in 2021, this past election. But in 2016, the slogan was no tobacco then. But everything changes, and then we see the new breed of politicians, that emerge, and everything changes. No hopes. Many of these youths that embark on this journey is out of politics. It is for survival. They want to survive. How if there's no food and there's no the thing is, what do you do?
The thing is, it is alarming, and the government is not talking about it.
It's not talking about it. The government is not even worried about their situation.
Could that be because they don't have, ways to address the situation?
That is their duty. If they don't have ways, they have to find it. It's the duty of the government to provide those things for their citizens.
Yeah, it is the duty of the government. But Fema Miracle is possible ko ni moko because of iman silo soto. Imang idea soto iba ko ning address la nyami wala yatinna iman la fi coming ako ni diamu ikono because ni government nyanda kafindi telodo ka foko okay youth soul mimbita come back way they want to emphasize about this back way thing foi sa fo molie itolie mune soto iba millandi la kaje ko nyim back way nying about discourage la so foi ma miracle imang min soto to discourage the back way paluza wala yatinna imantara diamu kan akuwala because nyinketa kuldi miyalon ko molba diamu ka ko molla konto mbolol kunto aka fole molla marsewol to aka fole jamengol to aka fole dula be to aka fole the only place this is not being talked about in State House. Could that be because imang idea le soto imang ways le soto pour ka ko nyin address nyami?
I don't know whether they have ideas over there, but the reality is they don't have anything realistic to say to these people. Because nyimfon ninkel banya mimbe muta la nyimbankunga atakela ku izirindi because they've already make up their minds. Individuals, it's human nature. It's human nature to at least subscribe to things that are beneficial to you. We all want decent life. So if State House, it will not be talked. It will not talk about because there's life in the State House. Those there are living decent life and their families are being provided with whatever they want. So for these people, they are left with themselves. They have to struggle on their own. So if they see Bagwe as the only mean to earn themselves that decent life, they will have to go and risk it. That's life, and that's the tragedy of the government.
But it is scary for a youth of a nation to sit down kajeko ita make no la banko kan for se finti comme ita fait make no la banko kan. That is scary.
it's scary, but it's only confirmed the indefinite deficiency of the leadership in place. It only shows that. It only shows that if the government is doing the right thing, do you think
can that expose the leadership of President Barrow? Sante mimba kiri the new normal, the new normal would like they found la life risks la geocono. Could that expose, I mean, the weaknesses of the current government before election 2026?
Yeah, it's very transparent for anybody to see it. Right now, it's very transparent. This government is living in a spider web.
So for this, you would advise the government to come out ASAP.
At least talk about this. Yes, because our future lies in this youth.
Yeah.
If they are all gone, where is the future? The future is not Barrow anymore. Barrow has done what he can do. So it's the youths, and he has to nurture them. Likewise, Jallow did. Likewise, Jabbe did. He has to nurture this youth in order for them to at least be something in their own country. So it is his duty and his government and it is the duty of his government to do that. So if he fails, that's it. But it is his duty to at least try and provide something for the citizens. That's why he is the president. Yeah.
This is Generation Next, another episode of the Generation Next Minkanale every Friday. Being a Badou Parker Lesotho, Badou Parker is the PRO of the new PRO of the UDP Students Wing. Akeda moti mi alonku ya tele tombong just some 1 week ago, bringing UDP Students Wing Murunta back to ila Congress la. So Badou yaku jama fojang mi alonku ku nyala ma balem ku important dimbalem because for ninkel nyanda kakafule. For ninkel nyanda kafula le nyomuta ye way forward jibe ba mune kino la kaje ko funding fe kafole ta nyaato funding kele yiriwa waketa kuti mi alon ko ku important dimbalem so ni kafo min joko min boko nying isita yaje ko okay, they have to come together ye leadership tombo ya tambindi nyaato pour kaje ko ye yiriwa waketa kuti mi alon ko anyanta jaila bakele so coming nka fale nyami this is the Generation Next show min kanale each and every Friday. We have 2 questions to go with Badou Parker. Badou,
yes.
The 4th question we have on the paper is, right now, one of your priorities would be how to increase the membership of the UDP Students Wing.
Sure.
Because Minute Benunje, they did their quota, Kajeko UDP Students Wing grow. So this is your turn. Kajeko Ali UDP Students Wing grow the Ifuta, Ifuta on a higher scale. At this juncture, how will you contribute to increasing UDP's membership? As an executive, already
we in fact started engaging some students about UDP Students Wing and what we are all about. So some even so interest to join. This is why we want to create that channel for them to come in to be at least accommodated. Yeah, so it is a process that we have started, though not long ago, but it will continue hopefully, and then we hope to increase the membership of the UDP as time goes on. Sure.
Like Waketa Kutimialonko is very important to increase the membership of the UDP Students Wing. Alba Jumale target kang because Molbijele Minialonko right now, let's say they are up for nurturing. Dindingwal lem Minialonko Karamunto Tala lem perhaps among see ka carte soto at this point in time. They ain't even turned 18. But before next elections, let's say 2026, Owaterle turned 18. So obviously they will be eligible for voting. So right now, are those people among the people that you're targeting? Because Sanneh will be high school. They
are part of the process. It's not only limited to the university students. It's even the high school students. I told you, they are part of it. So we will go there and then at least talk to them to see those who will turn 18 before the next election, and then try and talk to them about the UDP and how we wish to change the government. And inshallah, we hope to have them in the UDP, inshallah.
Security, a very crucial aspect of a nation.
Sure.
What is your perspective on the current state of our national security, and what advice do you have to offer in this regard?
Yeah, the security is as bad as you can imagine. Yeah, because if you look at the situation right now, in fact, there were not long ago, whether day before yesterday, this road cleaning what the paramilitary are doing.
Yeah,
I saw one situation where an individual, a store owner, wants to have a picture of his store that was being brought down by the paramilitary.
yeah.
But during the process, he was asked to stop by one of the paramilitary. He was asked, and this guy wants to keep this for memories, at least show it to maybe his children.
That was when the paramilitaries were dismantling his stall. So a lot of like come a lot of put a video a video of the whole narrative
of his store.
So you can stop.
Then he was asked to stop. Though I in fact support them for clearing those stuffs on the way. It's a very good initiative that the government has.
But for some say it, your time frame in the mola pour molier those places abandoned. Just places all abandoned. Mini along ko stall sol basilol kang. Iko a time frame in dila pour ka relocate. It was too short.
I did not know the actual time that was given out, but you know, it has been too risky to have these stores on the way. Though the government should have at least come up with some compensation for them, but then it is a good initiative. Though, but the manner, I believe the paramilitary need some orientation about their job. They are doing this job for the citizen. If that guy wants to have a video of his own store, how is that difficult? Allow him to have it.
So that is if the paramilitaries are doing the right thing.
Sure.
Then why do they? Why are they refusing the publicity?
So if they are not guilty of their duty, why are you scared? It should be allowed. So the paramilitary needs some orientation, though. They need some orientation because the way they handle citizens when there is public gathering, that is very worrying. Very worrying.
So if those people have to illegally, fix their stores on those spaces, on this pocket of spaces.
Right.
How does that even got started? Munatina for Molbina nang ibela stall sol bill la dulal to mialonko is illegal in the first place. Munatina obakela. Fema miracle like it doesn't have to come to this. Paramilitary sol kata ka mulla stall sol boy ba fule almanya naka si jang this is an illegal settlement almanya naka la stall sol bill jang. So ngamira this is the right time ngaje ko nyanda ko dulal safeguard le moma nyanda ka stall loje rather than ngamba do fo mole stall sol loje ngana stall sol dismantle. Imamira right we have the police need to learn from this. Kaje ko sign from now on let them not allow these people anybody to come to an illegal settlement kala stall loje rather than kamba do fo amaria loje asinin sama ngana fo ko amarila stall nyim janjan.
No, that's very true. That's very true. But I believe it's not the fault of the police.
It is not the fault of the police. But I think from now on,
I believe our people are stubborn. You know, sometimes it's very risky. You see some store owners will place their materials on the highway, which is too dangerous. The government is doing the right thing, though the manner is what I don't support. But at least they are doing the right. Some stores need to be removed from that way, so that we can at least have a safer route.
So that is what it is commended for coming like silol nyanta fanulale because what time we kajele mol katara tambikang but sometimes ni motol basiar traffic over hiring football bukatara je because nyunu katara ila fengol fini kam mol la silol lekang which is very abnormal.
Very well.
So binatra police lota pour ka such a tax carry out. That is commendable.
It's commendable, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
They definitely have to do it in a way that they will not harm anybody. That is their duty. In fact, their duty is not to harm anybody, but at least to provide the society with better things, and that is what they are doing there.
What about overall security? Ngajeloko, just some past days ago, there was this man who was stabbed to death in Sukuta.
Well, I told you earlier.
Because Mople attack, they needed something from him. He had a push and pulling with them. At the end of the day, they stopped him. So upon arrival at the hospital, he was confirmed dead. How scary is that?
It's very scary. It's very scary. If you are not even safe in your own backyard, that is not normal. I believe the government should at least do something about our security. You cannot leave our security in the hand of foreign people. That is not how countries operate. That is not how countries operate. You have to give the responsibility to our soldiers and our paramilitaries to at least take ownership of their situation.
Yeah.
Look at that. During Jambe's time, you don't hear such stories. Even if it happens, maybe one or twice in 10 years. So for Badou's case, it's almost every 2 or 3 days you hear somebody got killed, somebody got this. It's not nice for any society.
It needs a dialogue. Kaje ko aku nyimba stop nula nyadi le abatala nula nyami.
Yeah, even because the government should at least try and stop about this drug abuse. I think it's contributing a lot to all these unfortunate incidents. Yeah, many of our youth are consuming these hard drugs, and it's not good for them.
Which gives them the zeal to conduct such heavy crimes.
If you are not under any influence, I don't think Gambians have that boldness to stop anybody and then kill. But they must be under substance.
Is illicit drug under a heavy control in this country?
No.
It's flowing freely.
Even your third grader can have access to it. It is very easy to get those drugs. This country it's not easy to get it. It's not difficult to have this kind of drugs.
So even a third grader can buy illicit drug?
Yeah, you can have access to it once you have the money. So it's
and it contributes a lot to Mimba happen kan. Because
government has to do something about it.
Yeah.
They have to
because most of the times ni a case sifal happen da ni a fenkol muta like a culprit sol muta, they kind of find that they are under drug influence.
Very well.
Yeah, you can now realize the quote or drug male, and most of the times it becomes the cause of the reason for such horrendous acts.
If you I last time somebody was narrating one story to me about these Guinea bars and these very hard drugs. They named them after the individual. You know, Guinea bars is a strong drug. When you consume that one, it can take you for long. So they named it after Guinea bars. So many of our youths are taking that one.
So and advising the government, what do you think they should do?
They should at least try and minimize the use of these hard drugs. It's not good for any society.
So they should bring about strategies to see how best we can stop the overflow of hard drugs in this country.
So they should at least try and control it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Allah baraka bake. Yeah, thank you so much. Mbadin Jibelal, Allah baraka bake. This was your show, Generation Next on Kasa TV with your host Abdallah Jallow. At the end of the program with Badou Parker, who is the PRO of the UDP Students Wing. Of the UDP Students Wing. So Mbafalalenko Alimbara ala baraka bake for being with us here today. Okay. Yeah, so
Are you not left with one question?
One question. Do you have anything to?
No, I don't know whether it's.
What is your perspective on the current state of the national security advice? Do you have anything to talk about?
Yeah, the current state of our security is worrying. It's very worrying. Yeah, because our society is not safe anymore. You know, last week before last, I heard about a story at this place. I don't know whether it's this border end.
Yeah.
I don't know. I forgot about the village. In fact.
Yeah.
That's land. That involves our military and the Senegalese military. They had feuds about whether that place is in the Gambia or is in Senegal. So during Jambe's days, you don't hear stories like that. We all know that place belongs to the Gambia. But how is it possible that the Senegalese authority?
Yeah. So what situation sifa mi alon ko security kana ka dunyola like waka mune entertain because ni tara as a civilian ni tara bankun kan inata muy ko ila security forces hol aning like a security forces ning maybe another segment of a rebel group bakele kan civilian or lose taila life la je anu masakunda la reaction manna swift e manna statement bondi akuwala we mune signify waka mune tandi
no woman better definitely it's not good. It's not good for
because
him.
civilian is an innocent somebody.
Sure.
He was just
need one's protection.
Yeah, coming like situation all ataraji what happened.
So, but if you look at the situation of the Gambia, the Gambia situation of the don't listen Senegal because it's usifal sort of. Even if you look at history, but right now, aketa kudi mi anko akatuka kele. Nga story moele base mi anko Senegal soldierly overstepped in the Gambia when they are pursuing one I don't know, it was a suspect.
Yeah.
So gasla me to a problem siba for nankete je mi alon ko iko Senegalese ko guys that area belongs to Senegal. Gambia no go to the town. So that fuse was between them. So for Gambia the military will deploy the Senegal for now. So that one is not good for us. Gambia and Senegal we are brothers. So nimang cooperate manya like a division or create in team. So government I believe should at least try and bring about an end to that.
Jama ka min fo wolen ko ni sifa keta government nenta fintilale like ni ila finto ni nyanta min fola comme nyanda ka ko address nyaming ibuka address wala nyama which can be very serious.
Haya long Gambia science and bulo sita.
Because I had this guy security guy lem naba kachaka nga wala fonye ako once upon a time abanung Abdallah karang bodale so abanung Abdallah le abije there was this guy perhaps a criminal so police will chase from the Senegalese territory wala in karanti so mano nyimborta adunda Gambia kono haniwo these Senegalese forces were after him which is not normal for a Gambian security to do because Gambian security akaminta ni wala ko ni criminal o ni ya chase adunda Senegalese territory kono you have no right pour ka dunka wo manu e ka wo individual o muta unless like Senegalese ya muta ya repatriate nang Gambian territory kono but Gambian ol mawo privilege soto on the laws amantara je pour ka dun Senegal kono ka but Senegalese ka wo fenko nyim breach le e ka dun Gambia
right now Gambia man choice soto yo Senegal provide us with security so ndol bula ko ndol bulo le citizen min kan dol feed security da ndol ko bita if you want to go too extreme with them, I believe that is the situation of the government.
You feed security la nyari le.
Your president has been guided by the Senegalese soldiers. Not so. So that's the limit. There is the limit. The presidency is the limit in the country. So if they are providing your security, your president, it means everything. So wala nanko maybe I have a treaty sign between Gambia and Senegal where those things can happen. But I have never seen a case where Gambian soldier more pursue up to Senegal. But Gambia tango mo ko akita Senegalese soldier more do no man for Gambia kono. Where I Briam da hand over to the Gambian authority, ya mutale ya samba to Senegal. Back to Senegal, which is not normal. It's not normal.
According to law.
In any security operation, that is not normal. You have to, even though there is treaty.
You can't process
them. You know, treaties have conditions.
Conditions, yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's not like anyhow you want to effect that treaty, you effect it like that. So, all problem. All more for Nigeria coming. All ngam pans nga comme ya jemel time. Gambia aussi fa mukakete. Though mantra ka, I'm not trying to kaya jembe glorified. No, not like that. Not even close to that. But at least when it comes to security, I make sure like Gambia la security, Gambia no la bulo kono, Gambia no la marata, lafta la nyama kata wala nyama.
So I want trust ning.
Yeah. Senegal from malo. Even if we don't have that kind of strength, but that was the perception. Senegal mean perceive well Gambia they have the strength to go against us because Gambia is somebody is wise. So but then right now, even at the State House, the Senegalese are there and if the Senegalese are collecting data from your country and they send it to Senegal, so they know the strength of this country. They know where we can stand when it comes to military. So it's not a problem.
And the limit of our powers.
They know it. They know it everything. They know everything about us. And that is too dangerous for you.
Is that because President Barrow lata Senegalese forces solely than our own forces?
Well, that is it.
Which is something me along ko Jamaica for Bantala.
He's not the president.
Ko alata wolela than.
He's no one thing. That is. He's not the president of Senegal. He might have that friendship and that cooperation with Macky Sall and any Senegalese president, but Barrow is the president of Gambia.
Only limited to that.
His duty is to serve Gambia. Everything else is cooperation, and that cooperation involves Gambians. He cannot operate on individually like that. Whatever
so meaning Barrow nyanda ka fengo fenke priority nyanda ka Gambia interest let.
Gambians has to be involved. Barrow, before signing any treaty, has to engage the citizens and know their stand on that thing, on that situation. But you cannot just wake up and, even though we are not security, but we are citizens. We have to have says in decision making. At least cooperate with us, and then we share our thoughts with you regarding that particular stuff. But if you don't do that, you just wake up and sign whatever treaty. Anything happens there, then it's not the citizen that is to blame, it's the government, because he is the one that has been entrusted with that power to at least manage our affairs. So if he is not rightly managing that affairs, it's our duty to at least remind him of that. So wala beki Gambia security nyanda ka taram fongola bul nga marara utay mo lam fanasi na nga kuke no mfai barna mol bulo ko mo limi fo nyam bola ken ni mo ke fanam ben fongola barande because mo bi marate la wala sa ko marate la security when it comes to government. Security is everything. When it comes to country, security la fongo bi nyaji America be bakula bi Russia be bakula. It's because of security. They have security.
The security they own. If fongola ta
it all the time.
They can
use it at any minute, at any time. So, but Gambia, don't know what.
So, I just want to come in and tell you, well, ko ndolu manjiki na security, njikita wandi security lela.
Ha, no, Barrow ko utanda, ngala government.
Ha, Barrow len tolti. Because he's the president, he's the face of the nation.
Very well.
So obviously, being I mean, a foreign troop sort of me along ko whatever na state house mounts kang. Obviously, one could say that ko like banko ba level.
Yes.
Banko ba foreign security level.
It's not good. And every day they collect data from this country, whether you know it, whether you accept it or not, and transported it to Senegal. And Senegal will process it and know the level of Gambia. So it's the tragedy, whether the government accept this or not. That's the reality.
But for Ninjale,
and Senegal will assess that data upon the policies that they will implement towards Gambia. That is very obvious. They will do that.
But do you see this strategy being changed at any time? Because Ninkera Kutimi Alonko, we've been living through it for some time. Biriyaje Mejita and inciting, Gambia by foreign troops or level. Because Ninko Gambia, we're talking about the state house. It is the most, strategic, house in the country. So be natara be jelen na bungoti mi alonko wala kumata bungol beti Gambia jang. Wo bungo is being mounted by the foreign security. So foka ka futa bila. For your situation ojela change ta janding 2026.
No.
Do you have any belief
no,
situation
I
on
don't have any faith Barrow doing that. No. Barrow is not showing any sign that he will. No. That is not. Maybe I might be wrong, but that is my perception towards.
So, but the thing is, Amantara wo.
It's not on. It's not.
Tungungal tandika.
No. Amantara ka wo silol fongolta. Because if you have to do that, you have to at least strengthen our security.
Yeah.
At least security banyame. Manita. Inyanta ka sembo so, inyanta ka empower ye more oriented about their roles. So isaje comme hani nutata ita feel la comme la ko nyumi mbodaja wala do bono ndo bar sansa en ko be nyaa maam Barrow je aussi loka pour ka nañu mol ka wol falling Senegalese because Barrow one thing even if Barrow wants But there are people around him, like, oh, if you do this, this will happen. If you do so, it's a very funny situation for Barrow himself. He might want to change it, but the situation is not allowing him. It's not allowing him.
Barrow is running for 2026, supposedly. What do you make up of his chances of winning? Itala Giroto as a UDP, affiliated member. Barrow ko naya tara ko alamol NPP dingol unite towards 2026. Iba gagné kala le mi along inene market.
That's funny.
What do you say to that suggestion?
That is very funny. I don't even accept his defeat in 2021 election. That is a story for its own, but I don't accept that. I believe UDP won that election, even though situations happened. But I don't believe Barole will win. But come coming for Mimbeji, Gambiano Lealo, Gambiano Le Carrero. So whether it's NPP or it's UDP, it's Gambians that are going to vote. So, but they must vote based on something. They must vote because they want this to happen. You cannot just come and vote because you want Barrow to continue. You want Barrow to continue for a reason. Like the situation that we are talking about. People are going to back way because they want to survive, not because of politics. Some of them, it's a matter of survival. They want to survive. They want to take care of their family. That's the tragedy.
So they think the situation doesn't fit them.
If Barrow is saying, go, I will win the lane, if NPP unite, NPP themselves should condemn that. Because they should tell him that the reality on the ground is not allowed. It's telling you, it is telling Kuwait, you are not the right person.
So if member unity in Sabula, amantara wala keka.
Member unity Sabula, member nambe banko fana nafa, banko la nafa member. Oman ke NPP la winut. Kadu ngajira in 2021, yemi for mole, nothing happens.
Yemune for mole.
Ka for mole ko they will do this, they will do that. What happens? Right after that election, everything stops. Nothing was going on. It was from NPP this to NPP that.
So if you mantara fenke kai campaign
I don't see any progress since then. Name me one progress that this government like. It's all these silly stuff that they engage in, and then it's not even promising. So if the government is telling you, right now the focus of this government should be to at least try and change our situation. But right now they are focusing on election because why? Because of why? Not because of these individual citizens. It's because of themselves. They want to entrench themselves. That's why they are talking about the election. Yeah, election is not now. It's not tomorrow.
Barola ni lifo kono ngajele ko aka meeting wol mimbe soto nka video ni audio mimbe soto. He most of the times talks about elections and ila party ba min parendika towards 2026. Fete wojela ko as something untimely coming. It is very soon pour que taraning politique comme election ko foka comme itala jiro.
It is very unfortunate, in fact, not timely. It's very unfortunate for our president right now, looking at our current situation. How Gambia is, everybody,
because we have over 2 months to elect.
The price of the commodity is skyrocketing. There is nothing being done about that. If you go to our hospitals, you want to cry. All that is there for President Barrow to sort that out.
To address.
He's not talking about that. What is busy is to
so you think that is more relevant than talking about an election which is 3 years ahead?
Gambians should condemn Barrow in 2026.
Because the election is 3 years ahead.
3 years ahead, and you are still talking about that. How is that even important to us, individual citizens? I don't mean any cabinet minister. Any individual citizens out there, how is that relevant to our situation? If you want to win election for who? You want to win for yourself and your family. That is not our business. Our business is because you believe for 2021 you can refight it with a mandate. That mandate is to work. Work and next election will speak for that. But if you're not working and then your focus is on next election, that is the tragedy.
Itala Jero to like what needs to dominate the president's conversation waleng borol mansoto lopitanol to Marcel to bakoleari di ningol bitaka bagu
places min yalanko ila schoolol man siram betol soto ila silol man bet, let him work on that.
So that
is what is important to those people, not gathering them, narrating stories to them. That is for a moment. After that moment everything changes and they are back to the same normal life.
But ngajele ni president oba wokumol fokang ite which you deem not relevant at all because you think president wanyanda kamin for walen ko loptanol man soto borol soto marcel to dal ko dal bas I mean salary ne fengol bida o kolearing diningol bita kam bagwe so ite la jero do president wanyanda tar la wole fokang at this point in time so natara president o man tara o fokang bari aba fenne fokang that has to do with politics ko NPP nyine soto NPP ba kukela NPP Sanneh bambanda NPP le kodo soto parti Gambia parti el beti NPP ni United 2026 election o gagné la ya understand another president will choose to say such things yet aba fokang mini they are jubilating iba say worrying ko president o banyine fokang la fita ka wole moy how is that bad natara ko wolafta ko wole moy
it's very unfortunate. You read something about from the SG that says something about the political illiterate.
Yeah.
Does not know what benefits him. From the political illiterate does not know what benefits him or her. What he does is the immediate benefit, the immediate $5 that or the $10 that the government will offer him.
Yeah.
Perhaps maybe Badou gave them something that is exciting to them, maybe some stuffs mineral.
Maybe they are expecting something, just expectations.
That is only limited to that moment. And right Badou left, everything goes back to the same situation. And that is very unfortunate. Nobody wants to live that kind of life for the rest of your life. Even Badou, he was once in that kind of situation. He works to change. He worked and change that. And today he's the president. So, in fact, I see no reason why Badou should in fact talk about that because he was once part of them, and today he's the president. He knows their problem more than any other guy. He should just busy solve that problem, and then everything will follow. That is it. Not to come and narrate this story. UDP is the most wealthiest party in this country. This and that. Who wants to know that? If you are the wealthiest party, that does not benefit us. What benefits us is for you to change our life as individual citizens, as Gambians. We want to see better life. We want to live decent life as other countries
do.
If you are look at Senegal. Macky Sall might be the most influential guy in Africa, but he's not talking about that. Badou is sometimes it says a lot about our presidency. It says a lot about him. If he should engage in stuff like that, trying to maybe those stuffs are petty. You don't talk about that as president. No, talk about things that will change the lives of your people, things that will at least make people appreciate you. That is why you are called the president. Presidency comes with mandate, and that mandate is involved for you to work and change the lives of your people. If not, what is the there was this time I asked somebody, we were having a conversation. I asked him, why do societies in fact form government? If Badou is having that kind of mentality, why do we have government? There's no need for us to have government if that is the perception of the president. We all should have our gun. You have yours, I have mine. Somebody else have his own. We all protect ourselves and struggle on our own. That is it. But because we want to regulate society, we want everything to be in order. This is why we form government and have a president. And that president is tasked with responsibilities. And that responsibility involves for the president to come and at least change our lives and better our situation. At least maybe those are the things. Even if you don't align yourself to NPP, if Badou is talking about that, at least you feel happy.
So you mean like right now, Minyanaka president wala, I mean, diamul na la conversational everything dominate is how to change the lives of the people.
That is what this country
But
that is what this
you don't have to be a rocket science kalon ko Gambia ba kole ala kono. So it is evident that ko Gambia ba kole ala kono. Ko bele ba kole ala in Gambia.
Very obvious.
So itala jero to like that should be dominating.
That should be his focus right now. Because election is 3 years away. Who knows what will happen in 3 years?
Before that, sir.
Nobody knows. So what is important is for Badou to right now talk about what is
relevant. The realities we're facing right now.
The realities. And the reality is the situation in this country is not promising.
Gambia
Badou has to work towards that. He has to work and change those kind of things. That is why he's been called the president. Otherwise, nobody will
address corruption, embezzlement.
And to at least go to a hospital, provide medicine and other stuff. That is what is required of him as the president. Otherwise, nobody will. If he is not the president, who will have his we have trouble with that. He can go to Mankamangkunda and talk about that for the rest of his life. That's not our business. But because he's the president, that is why we are concerned. Otherwise, it's not our business whatsoever. So we can talk about that after presidency. That's not a problem.
Yeah. But thank you so much. Mbani Jibe la ala baraka bake miliba mol Jibe can be on Kasa TV Generation Next. We are so happy to have Badou Parker in the studio today. Badou Parker is the PRO of the UDP Students Wing, who is a third-year student at the University of the Gambia. Badou yoku jama fo jamia lonko important abakele, you know, as a young leader, after that Nanjambi, kujama fo jamia lonko ila UDP Students Wing kafu ye wala parendi. I mean, after being elected as the new executive not long ago. So kujama bijemia lonko is about, I mean, youth's role in politics. Ko youth sol yanda fintelale engage into politics. Ikana je ko politiko mun keballe tati wala itol do atale ka politiko okay. So this is it. Coming civility nying is about politics, because politics like a whatsoever endeavor, whatsoever, I mean, thing in this country, politics can influence. So ni bi youth sol keta multimia lonko ye interest and the politiko kono. E lota ye place solta in politics. Obakela kultimia lonko about that influence. I mean, sembo dile like influence soto in whatsoever decision making mimba kela nyimbanko ka rather than ka siko maka foko okay. I mean, politiko manke diningol tati ka ko be to kebal bulu, because being yen na parliamento kono jibe yen na, I mean, councilorship official jibe yen na, I mean, public office tarinke dulal jibe ibajela ko, I mean, dula jamal bi jemiya ko youth sol leba, I mean official nying handle kang. So wonyanda kala kuti miya lonko bi natara yuto bi jemiya lonko ay concept ni soto ko political manke dindingo tati ayanda katinale ala mindset change kana into the political arena, ka affiliate with a party, you know, at least over that influence the to make change. Mbafala lego ala baraka bake until we meet again next Friday. I have been your host, Abdallah Jallow.